Okay guys, how you doing? So on this video, we're going off of worksheet. Get that worksheet. Going on worksheet 7, cooling system pressure test. On this one, what we're going to look at real quick is kind of showing you the guidelines, preliminaries on what to do before we get ready to do a pressure test. Number one, the customer came in for an overheated concern. You see that there's either or. You see fluid leaking and you're trying to figure out where it's coming from. So basically, the first thing we got to do is make sure we're at room temperature. You do not want to do it and open up the radiator cap if it's too hot. Of course, the engine will come back under pressure. One of the things we covered in our safety that will cause personal injury and second or third degree burns. So we want to make sure we're not associated with that at all. So at this point, you're going to check also the upper and lower hoses. Okay. There's no pressure. Okay, next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take the cap off. We'll take the cap off, inspect the seal, make sure the seal's okay. Check to make sure you have enough coolant, because there's no such thing, and there's no reason for having to do a compression test if there's not enough coolant in it. So if there's a coolant in there, you need to put some water in it temporarily so we can pressurize the system correctly. Okay, next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna get our adapter right here for this particular one on the side tank. We're gonna screw this in there like so. Okay. Then we're gonna get our coolant pressure gauge tester. So on this one right here, you got a butterfly flap that happens right here. What you need to do is go clockwise until you come to the high point. Okay, there's a high point right there. Once you get on the high point, you match the number of notches, kind of go clockwise, and once it stops, put the top butterfly flap on clockwise, so that way it locks it in place. So then we can go ahead and pressurize the system. And this is a 13 psi radiated cap, so I'm just going to kind of pump it up there. Okay, to about 13 psi, which is good right there. Okay, next thing I do is I see that it's under pressure, so I'll get my drop light and spotlight and go around the water pump area there, check around there, lower radiator hoses, thermostat area. Okay, coming back to the radiator on both sides. If I see any leakage on the ground somewhere, I know I've got a leak. I know where it's at. Upper radiator hose. Go all the way back where the heater core is. I don't see nothing there. And sometimes you may have to get down there and look. Okay. Physically get down there and look to see if there's any drops coming out anywhere, any spillage. Around the head gasket area, you want to check around there. Intake manifold gasket can also cause a coolant leak, especially a slow one there. Okay. So we finished checking for leaks. At this point, I'm not seeing a leak anywhere on this particular vehicle that we have here, but if it came in for an overheated concern, we're gonna find the leak. Okay, so to slowly depressurize the system, you're gonna grab the base, see the butterfly flap moving, you're gonna slowly, and I mean slowly, put it back to the high point. Until it goes back to 0. Once it goes to 0, then basically counterclockwise, out, disconnect the adapter, return the butterfly flap back into the rest position, and you're done. Okay, put the radiator cap back on. And that's basically how you would go ahead and perform a safety preliminary check and a coolant pressure test on worksheet 7. Guys, be safe and have a good rest of the day.